The only possible reason you don't like Rings of Power is because you are a sexist, racist bigot. I know this is true because many people paid by Amazon told me so. And you can't trust billionaire global corporations run by old white men to spread messages of highest unbiased virtue and righteousness upon which my soul should be judged, then who can you trust? Look, I grew up through the greatest era of diversity and entertainment in the history of the world. I grew up watching and admiring characters of all kinds. If it was fantasy or sci-fi, I was there for it. If it was mystical or magical, I'm down. If it was dark and grim, hell yes. Whimsical and silly? Damn right. And if it was some combination of all those things together, then even better. Anything and anyone and anyhow, if it was fun, it was awesome. No one, ever, was kept out or rejected because of silly crap like race or sex. Playing with and crossing boundaries of tradition and expectations is a foundational principle of the fantasy genre. My generation invented the girl power trope. Legions of simps and beta males, like myself, have exalted and celebrated female superhero types for decades. Yet now I'm a sexist if I think Galadriel was better as a sorcerer than a warrior? Now I'm somehow a racist if I think Tolkien's lore should be respected? I'm a sexist because I don't want to see a unique and awesome character retconned into generic flawless fighter girl number 253. Okay, there are few female characters left in the culture that can express that female power does not need sword nor sexy. And there are even fewer writers that even understand what that means. In their ignorant contempt for traditional femininity, they end up being more misogynist than the trends they claim to be resisting. 20, 30 years ago maybe, girl boss was a trendy pushback against a male-dominated mindset. But it has been a well-worn trope for quite some time now. No one in my lifetime has ever attempted to push back on the existence of female warriors, especially not in the fantasy genre. But in recent years, there's been a certain meddling social engineering activists that have made a loud and clear message that they hate traditional femininity and they want it removed from our culture. And any woman, real or imagined, that doesn't choose to embrace the activists' new standards of what a woman should be are demonized and cast out. Is that not the definition of misogyny? Hell, beyond misogyny, isn't the idea of telling people they must conform to your ideals the definition of tyranny, or at least narcissism of some kind? Look, Tolkien wrote from a worldview that did not hate traditional gender roles. Today, we live in a world where it's quite trendy to insist that traditional gender roles are inherently bad. While I am very grateful to live in a modern world, and I will never insist anyone abandon their culture to embrace modernity, and I would never insist anyone go back to the old ways. Maybe we shouldn't be demonizing people who see the world differently than ourselves by just assuming our own worldview is righteous and everyone else is wrong and evil. Maybe, just maybe, we could try actually educating ourselves in culture and history with an empathetic lens and a humble heart, because just maybe there's actually value in another point of view. I'm just kidding. Let's just believe whatever the corporate billionaires tell us. That's way easier, and they give cool gift baskets. And nothing says free thinking, moral superiority, like obedience to your masters.